Okay, good morning, y'all. So it's Thursday morning. Y'all know I got that sink yesterday and a new sink for our kitchen. Man, that sink and the faucet was $450, man, and some change, y'all. Yeah, man. So my guys here gonna install. Man, I tell you what, man, it's difficult to surprise my wife with anything, you know. So I'm having to make sure she goes to work, make sure that the dude's got access, make sure that he knows where everything is and all that there. So yeah, I'm stoked, man. So he's going to do two things. He's going to install I got a big 72-inch fan on the back for the back porch area, and I got the brand new sink that y'all saw on the truck yesterday. So yeah, Zach was on time today. He's already gotten started over at one of the properties. I'm going to go over here, and I was going to do the one up the street here, but I'm probably not going to do it this morning. I need to get on over there and support the team over there at my customer's house. What else we got? I got to ride by one place and to check it out to see if maybe we can do that yard. I'm trying to fill in because we're a little bit off today. Even though we're making money, we're not making we're having to do a lot more traveling than I want to, and you know, and it's all behind, you know, not being efficient this week. And that's okay, you know. I done cried about all I can cry about it. Now it's just about action. And well, it's about action all the time anyway, because no matter what happens out here, I'm always going to do what I need to do. So I might cry about it, but I'm going to take care of business. Business. See, this grass needs cutting right here. So this is another one that I can send Zach to. See, I want to be able to do a day, have Anthony have a day too. And really everything is contingent around the Bobcat job that I'll be doing tomorrow. The Bobcat job tomorrow is going to be ripping out that playground over there on the $1 Million Street. And if we can, you know, well, I've been clawing at the schedule all week long to get to where we can do that job and it not really affect my weekend and stuff. So well, one thing that happened today, you know, on the install. So I had a guy come and install that sink, you know, a sink I bought yesterday, and I had a fan that had been sitting in a box for about a year that I got from my pallet guy, right? A nice fan. And so the guy comes, you know, my buddy sends his guy over here. He does a good job. He's doing everything. And he's fooling with that fan for I don't know how long, for a minute, and that fan don't work. Now, that's what you get when you mess around with the pallet places and stuff, you know. And it was in a sealed box. I mean, I didn't pay money for it, but I took the Bobcat over to his place of business and moved some gravel around. And he gave me $300 in that fan. So, you know, I'm like, man, not cool, you know. And I'm gonna have to, you know, I don't know how how my buddy's gonna charge me, but his guy spent the time to install it. He's got it hung up and everything, and the damn thing don't work. He can't get it to work. So that's not cool, man. Not cool at all. So maybe I can, well, I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna have to, I ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna take the hit on the fan and the hit on the labor. So, at the end of the day, y'all, Ray didn't make shit today. So we grossed about 800. Ray didn't make nothing. So, yeah, it's terrible, man. But he did get the sink installed and it looks good. He had to go down to the hardware store and pick up a couple fittings, but other than that, the sink's in there. It looks good too. It's so much bigger, deeper, you know. My wife's gonna freak out when she sees it. And the nice faucet. We got the same faucet that we had in there ever since we bought the house in 2006. So it just never occurred to me that that would be something that she would want, right? It never occurred to me. You know, gosh, you know, I'm a dude. I'm thinking about tools and making money and all what I think about. And, you know, meanwhile, you know, every time something breaks, I upgrade it with top of the line. You know, our refrigerator broke. I bought a nice refrigerator, top of the line, man. What is it? Is it a Bosch? It's nice, really nice refrigerator. Big too. And then so our dishwasher broke, and I bought Bosch's top dishwasher. Bosch makes some cool stuff, man. I bought their most expensive one for the house, you know, homeowner shit. It's semi-commercial dishwasher, you know. Dryer broke, I went back with top of the line Maytag. You know. Wash machine's next, I'm gonna go back with a top of the line Maytag because that Maytag dryer is badass. So, it just never occurred to me to update the sink. I mean, you know, but see, I'm not in the kitchen that much, you know. She gonna be stoked when she sees it. She ain't shit because I pulled it off, y'all. It's hard to pull something off when your wife leaves after you leave, and you got somebody got to come in the house and do work. You got a dog. You got an alarm, you know. I mean, it ain't like we can just leave and I can hide a key for dude, you know. Ain't none of that. I can't do that because I got to put my dog up, and I also got to undo the alarm. And you know, my wife ain't gonna leave the house without turning the alarm on. So if I tell her don't turn the alarm on, then she's gonna be her antenna gonna go up because I'm the same way. I don't leave the house without turning the alarm on. So, not only did we make $800 today, I took care of that notary stuff, right? I'm gonna go home and scan it in right now, and made $800 and got everything done. We actually did more than $800. 480. I mean, dude, we are, you know, we're about 840. So tomorrow's the Bobcat job. Zach needs to be on his A game. He better be on time because I'm trying to pay good money, and you know, hard to pay good money if you ain't on time. You know, but then you hold me up. You know, being on time is a big part of any job that you may have, right? Because being on time, man, it's more than just being on time. It's saying, hey, I give a damn, and I want to make sure I'm here to be all I can be. And it doesn't matter about any job. I used to, when I was 21 years old, I can remember I had a job. My aunt got me a job, and I was late every freaking day. And I couldn't understand why the boss man, you know, which is her boss, I'm putting her all kind of bad spot. And her boss is telling me, you know, you're gonna be on time, and he was dogging me out, man. And I could never understand, you know. And then I had a couple other jobs that I lost because I was late. It wasn't because I was a bad dude. It was because, well, I didn't take my job important, you know. I had other things going on that I thought were important at the time that really wasn't important at all. Just a big waste of time, you know. Stoked we got that new sink, y'all. Stoked, man. It's sweet. It looks so good, too. Our sink went from like six inches deep to 9.5. Yeah. But my wife's gonna trip, man. She's gonna really like that. But Zach did really good today. He did really good yesterday. Just the 2 days where he just had a little bit of money, you know. I don't know what was up with him earlier this week, but we ain't gonna be able to do that. Whatever it was, lack of sleep or whatever. I need Zach to I needed him to man up and be what he's supposed to be out here. You know, I didn't jump out here into this season, you know, with you know, me and him having conversation in the spring about, hey, are you gonna be the guy or not? Are you gonna be the guy or not? And he's like, yeah. So, you know, he's been the guy, but he's been the guy that's been messing up the last 2 weeks or so. Not every day, you know. And I was, you know, there was one thing about it, and I was telling Zach the same thing. You know, and this doesn't apply to Zach. This is in general. If you're working with me and you're slow, like weed eating or whatever, or doing the yards by yourself or whatever, and you're kind of slow at it, as long as I know that, I can work with that. You can do the yards and you're really fast at it. The second day, you know, on Monday you slow, Tuesday you fast, Wednesday you super fast, and then Thursday you slow again. See, that drives a guy like me batty, because I'd rather you just, if you slow and I know it, and it's a consistent, then I can work with it. We'll try to speed you up some, but I can work with that as long as it's consistent. Where you want to be is fast and consistent. Not super fast and consistent, because when guys come out here and they're super fast, I know something's up. I know they done missed something, or they're likely to miss something. That's true. Ask any guy in my spot. It's so true. If when they first come out here, if he's really fast, he's probably missing a lot of stuff. And that's the hard thing about having, you know, guys out here and they're not be out here for any period of time. The only reason why Zach's still out here, he's a good worker, but if he was new and ain't been out here very long, and he was doing this stuff, you know, though he's been good the last few days, and he was doing this, you know, slipping, then I let him go because it's too much trouble, you know, because I'm in the midst of training them and they're not giving a damn, you know, they'll be gone quick, and I'll hire somebody else before I get too invested in them. See, with Zach's been out here, you know, on and off for 5 or 6 years, y'all. So that's where we're at. I want to make sure that I like to keep the same guy out here, because that's how the business can make a lot more money, and so can them. It's worth it. But see, a day like today, this is what you want, man. And when you look at things from my perspective, a day like today was super productive, man. Super productive. Everything we did, man, as efficient as we possibly could. And even the things that I did that wasn't work related, well, it's work related when you're chasing your business license, I guess. You know, when I had to get these things notarized and all, so I took care of that. Yeah, man, I mean, it's not bad at all. And tomorrow, see, what I'm going to do this afternoon, I'm meeting with Sammy, right? And then I'm going to prepare like no other for tomorrow. And tomorrow, it's going to be just me and Zach. I don't need a third person tomorrow. But Saturday, it'll be Anthony. Anthony will be working on Saturday. I really need Anthony to help me on things that he's helped me with before. I don't like having new guys out on new jobs in front of the big clients. I'm just saying. See, a lot of guys in my spot, they'd be looking at tomorrow's, that job tomorrow where we're ripping out the playground for one of the customers on the $1 million street. The customer in the cul-de-sac. The one that owns 2 of the properties over there. And they got the biggest, most complicated property of all. And there's a lot of woods and a lot of cool things that we can do with the skid steer over there that would just make them say, wow. So I want tomorrow's job to go smooth. I want them to want me to come back. I don't know if they ever will have me come back with a Bobcat or not. May never. But once they see the machine sells itself to customers that from time to time could use a piece of equipment like that out on their property. And since I do the yard, it's imperative that I show them that I can do more than just cut grass. And that's where I'm at. I'm not worried about making money on it. I'm gonna make money on it because, well, that's how I roll. But I'm really more about doing a stupid stand-up job and super smooth job and everything clicking and us being very efficient. Then I can spend time there doing maybe doing some other little things that I know will make a big bang for the wow factor. But if we're inefficient in the contracted job, well, then I don't have time to do all of that, right? And I get frustrated too. And then I start getting, well, we got to finish the original bid. We ain't gonna have time to be doing anything else. See. And if that's all we do, then that's great. I can handle that because that's what I bid. But if we can be really efficient, and we might have 30, 45 minutes, in the still scope of what makes sense, to where I can go up in the woods and push some stuff up that I've seen that's kind of an eyesore, pick some of the little trees, but they're big trees to them. They're little trees to the Bobcat, and take this shit up in the woods. And there's just so much you can do with a skid steer on that property. I wouldn't know that in year 1 or 2. I wouldn't. But I do now because I know what looks good by being out here so long. And I'm gonna, tomorrow, I don't know if you guys will see it because I don't know how much video I'm gonna get. But tomorrow, I'm pulling out all stops. Because I know I'm gonna make great money over there. I mean, they just paid me $1,000 for last week's lawn mowing. Yeah, $1,000 for one cut for 2 properties, and paying me $300 per cut. For the last year, and pay for the pool area to get cleaned out. A couple $1,000 for that, a couple $1,000 for this. I mean, they pay, but see, it's all about them trusting you and them trusting your judgment. If I go over there and act a fool with the Bobcat and tear shit up and tear the ground up like a rookie, then they're not going to be very impressed by it. The trick to the Bobcat is making sure that your impact, your footprint, whatever you're doing there, that you don't have a lot of collateral damage. It's okay to have a little bit, but you don't have a lot of collateral damage on a homeowner's property. Meaning, marks on the driveway, coming off the concrete at the wrong angle and cracking the corner of the concrete. There's just a lot of little things that only somebody that operates a machine on a homeowner's property is going to think of. And I'm one of them people that think about everything. Why? How? Because I know what the Bobcat will tear up, as far as sod, any kind. It'll rip up a damn well line. You know, y'all know. I don't want to hit no cable TV line. I don't want to hit nothing just by running over it. I ain't talking about digging. I'm talking about just moving the machine around. Not always, but a lot of times it's all about what you don't tear up. And that's why I need Zach to be here tomorrow on his A game. Because this job tomorrow could create tens of thousands of dollars worth of work for us. In the grand scheme, right? And that's what we trying to do. We trying to build relationships, man. I ain't trying to damn hit no lick. Fuck that. I'm building this business in a way that it's not just about accumulating customers. I mean, you got to have so many to make a living. It's more about building relationships with the customers that I have and perpetually doing work for them on the regular in this whole landscape field, right? Mowing, tree trimming, gutter cleaning, bushes, all that. And knowledge. I get paid a lot of times, but damn man, you made blah, blah, blah in 6 hours, Yeah, but you get paid for your knowledge too. I get paid for my knowledge as well as what I can do, see, and what equipment I got. I'm talking about just in Bobcat world. I get paid for my knowledge all the time, every day. They pay me more money because of what I know. Because they know that they can ask me something, and and if it has anything to do with the outside lawn, bushes, that kind of thing, I'm pretty resourceful and pretty, I've been doing this a long time. I just know a lot of stuff that I don't even know I know until somebody asks me. So, that's why I get kind of, so been out of shape when we're not efficient, because I want to be efficient and I want to build relationships that will last for the next 15 years. And my customers that I do the lawns for, all the ones that I've taken the skid steer to, and I've taken to quite a few, and most every one of them know I have a skid steer, then they're not going to call anybody else when a tree falls in their yard. They're not. Most of the people that I do work for, even in the Bobcat game, I've known for a long time. Rarely, sometimes, but rarely do I get jobs that are not from a regular customer or their neighbor or something like that. So tomorrow we'll be using the new brush cutter. There's so much you can do with that brush cutter if as long as you can, handle running it. It ain't exactly easy work. But I'll take it with us tomorrow too. I may even take the hedge trimmer so Zach can maybe trim some hedges while we're there. So he's going to be standing around, and it'd be nice for him to trim a little bit of the hedges in some of the spots, so when we do the hedges in a couple of weeks, it won't be so bad. It'll really help. Really help if he could spend like 30 or 45 minutes just doing that tomorrow. He's going to make more than $100 if he comes to work on time. I'll make sure of that. He'll make at least 120. But if he's late, he won't. And if he's in bad headspace, he won't. He can't come out here and be all good, you know, and me be doing all the thinking, and every little thing that they do is not what it's supposed to. They ain't doing good. He's gonna have to come out here ready to focus and ready to go, and he'll make, you know, upwards of $25, $30 an hour. You know, and that'll help him on the week. You know, because he might get an extra $30 or $40. You just never know. Let's just see what, you know, I don't like to say exactly what I'm going to pay these guys. I have told you guys, but it ain't something that, you know, I pay them pretty good most of the time. So, but if he's doing what I need him to do, right, and I don't have to think about anything else, I can focus on what I'm doing and making me better and more efficient. I mean, I'm crazy stupid about efficiency, y'all, in case y'all didn't know. Because I know, being done this so long, that that's where the money's at, is in your efficiency. Thinking about what you're doing so you don't wear yourself out in this heat. The older I get, the more efficient I am. The older I get, the more efficient I am, but the less physically capable I am. But I'm faster now than ever. It ain't because I done all of a sudden lost 40 pounds and going to the gym. No, it ain't because of that. It's because as I've gotten older, I've gotten a lot more efficient, and I know what to dodge and to avoid. That's why. I can do yards much quicker now, being, you know, 52 years old, than I could when I was 35. Because when I was 35, if I did 6 yards a day at 35, when I was 35, I was wore out. And it would take me all day, you know. But see, but I didn't know nothing. I had to go through all of that to get to here. Now, I'm one of the, I don't know, I'm one of the most efficient guys on a job that you can, that there is. And these guys that work for me, they know that. And they know, especially guys like Zach, he knows how much more thought I put into it than what they have. And so it ain't just cutting grass to make top dollar. It's cutting grass at a high level, a high efficiency, and all that is predicated on the thinking process based on the team that I have. Some football teams got a great defense, right? But their offense ain't so good. Some of them got a great offense, but their defense is not no good. You know, it's up to the coach to put them in the best scenario to win. That's the way I look at my spot in this business. It's up to me, the coach, to put these guys in the best position to win. And do the thinking. Because, you know, the older I get out here, the more I see that guys that work out here, they don't do a lot of thinking. I mean, they'll leave big areas not cut, and they'll, you know, miss some weed eating and this and that. But see, I already know where they're likely to miss the weed eater. I'm just so keen and on point when I'm on these jobs that I don't miss much. I might slip from time to time, but I don't miss much when it comes to the end product. If Zach didn't weed eat somewhere, I probably saw it. You can ask him. If I didn't cut nowhere, I know that I will, because I go over the yard 2 or 3 times before I leave. And I just know each property so well, and that's where the money's at. Your number can stay friendly enough where it makes sense to the customer, but your efficiency goes through the roof. And that's where, you know, it's like, if the yard was $60, you know, when I first started, it was taking me an hour and 30 minutes solo. That same $60 yard with the same equipment and everything, I can do in 45 minutes solo now. So you're making more money, because you do 3 of them like that, you're saving 30, 30, 30. That's an hour and a half. And you can add an hour and a half, which is 2 more properties at $60 or $70 each. And that's $120 to $140 more dollars you're gonna make per day. All because you are efficient. You know. It ain't rocket science, y'all. But I know I'm ranting now, so tomorrow's the day. We're gonna shine. I'm gonna try. See ya.